The last of the three common constructions that you'll often see on a Regents exam is constructing a square that is inscribed in a circle that they give you. And a square is just an example of a regular quadrilateral, just like an equilateral triangle is a regular triangle. So just like we came up with a regular hexagon and an equilateral triangle, a square is just going to be the same basic shape that we need to create a regular thing inside a circle. The technique is not the same as with a hexagon or an equilateral triangle though. So let's take a look at what we need to do to make this happen. All right, so here's a circle and I've got the center highlighted and I've got 1 point on the boundary. So this is going to be one corner of our square. And what I want to do is I want to find the opposite corner. So to do that, all I need to do is draw the radius, which is what connects this point to the center, and just keep on going. So I'm actually drawing a diameter here. All right, and so this is going to be 2 points of the square. All right, so the square is going to look something like this, and this is going to be one of the diagonals of the square. So what I want to do is if I could draw the other diagonal of the square, something like, something like that, I would get the other 2 points automatically. So what do I know about the diagonal to the square? Well, I know that the other diagonal to the square is going to be perpendicular to this diagonal I just drew. So that's all I need to do. If I can construct a line that is perpendicular to this diameter that goes through the center, I'm going to have the other 2 corners of my square for free. So the first thing we need to do if we want to find the perpendicular to this line that goes through this point is we need to think of 2 points that are the same distance from the center. And we don't really need to construct them because we already know these 2 points are both the same distance from the center. So all we need to do is find another point that's the same distance away from those 2 points. So I'm going to open up my compass to a little more than halfway. And I'm going to say I'm going to draw this arc like this. I want to ignore that really faint straight line I drew because that was just me freehanding. And you can see how wrong I was. So that's the point where the 2 arcs are meeting each other. So remember how perpendicular lines work. We know that these 2 points are the same distance from each of these 2 points. So the line that connects these 2 points is the perpendicular bisector of that diameter. So let me connect those 2 points. Just like that. And what that gives me is it gives me the last 2 corners of my square. I got to remember that this is not one of the points of the square. The 4 points of the square are going to be on the boundary of the circle. So I connect these 4 points and I will have, and remember what I'm doing here. The reason I'm making all these precise marks with my compass and my straight edge is because I don't want to freehand this square. I want this square to be exactly 90-degree angles. I want these 4 sides to be exactly the same distance from each other. And so the compass is what I'm doing to make sure that this is a precise square, and leaving the construction marks on here is exactly how I'm going to convince other people that that's a square. All right, so I've got these 4 angles all being right angles because I constructed those lines to be like that. All right, so here are the 3 key ideas as far as being proofs that aren't part of the toolkit, but are things that you want to be able to do at a moment's notice. If you can construct a regular hexagon, an equilateral triangle, and a square inscribed in a given circle, then you are a pretty good chance of being able to answer the construction question that comes up on the Regents exam, which is just going to be 4 points in your pocket. All right, so make a note about how to do these constructions and do them on the review packet that I gave you. And make sure, like I say, that you leave yourself some instructions to remind yourself in May and June about how you go through these steps. And then you're going to be able to use that to help you get ready for the Regents exam and really nail the construction question that they give you.